This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Well, good day. I'm Elena Rusk. Frightening moments for customers and workers at a sports bar in Kernville after what appeared to be a hand grenade was found. The Kern County Sheriff's Office says deputies were called out to the Sportsman Inn on Kernville Road yesterday afternoon for a possible explosive that was found while cleaning out the storage shed. Deputies were tasked with evacuating everyone within 100 yards of the bar as they then called in the bomb squad, who determined it was a replica and contained no explosives or hazardous materials. Meanwhile, the Bakersfield Police Department spent yesterday afternoon investigating the discovery of a live military hand grenade. This happened after 3 p.m. at a home in the city limits, and officers say their investigation revealed that a woman discovered the grenade in a shoebox belonging to her deceased husband. It is believed he obtained it from a family member who served in the military during World War II. The BPD bomb squad took possession of that grenade and rendered it safe. No prosecution is being sought. And for the second time in just a matter of days, the same abandoned home has gone up in flames. This is in East Bakersfield on 9th Street near MLK Boulevard. The fire started just after 10 last night. Fire crews say this isn't the first time they've reported to this site. In fact, they were fighting another fire here just 2 days ago. As we've been reporting, the city of Bakersfield has been working to get rid of what they're calling nuisance properties that repeatedly catch fire. All right, let's turn now to your 17 Court Watch. We're learning more about a deadly crash in East Bakersfield earlier this month. Court records obtained by 17 News show the woman who was killed had just met the driver at a bar that night. Records show Christian Escobar Rodriguez started the night of April 3rd at the Sports and Spirits Cocktail Bar on Ming Avenue. He and another man headed to the VIP lounge on California Avenue, where they met 2 women. Investigators say they drank together and later piled into Rodriguez's car to pick up more alcohol before heading to the house of one of the women, but they never arrived. The CHP says Escobar Rodriguez's car rolled on East Bell Terrace, killing one of those women. The other 3 were hurt in that crash. Escobar Rodriguez faces a slew of charges, including gross vehicular manslaughter. He is due back in court tomorrow. And an 18-year-old charged in a deadly DUI crash has pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors filed charges against Timothy Javier Leal last week. He faces 7 felony counts, including gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. Prosecutors say Leal ran a stop sign in a stolen Kia back in February and was hit by another car at an intersection. His passenger, 15-year-old Jamie Perez, died at the scene. Perez's mother is hoping for the maximum sentence when this trial ends.
My son didn't deserve to lose his life. He was only 15 years old. He didn't have enough time to live his life. He was a really good son, a good boy.
Now Leal is being held on $250,000 bail and is due back in court next week. Well, today the trial against Trezell and Jacqueline West returned to the courtroom. The couple accused of murdering their adopted sons, Orrin and Orson, 3 months before reporting them missing in December 2020. Last week, the jury left the courthouse to visit the sites linked to the case in both California City and in Bakersfield. We haven't heard much from the courtroom just yet, but defense counsel is insisting there is no cover-up in this case, though the boys' bodies have never been found. This trial expected to last until June. Now, 17 News has been following the West Boys case since the very beginning. Get the latest on our website, kget.com. In other court headlines, Kern County taxpayers are on the hook for $395,000 after the county settled a wrongful death lawsuit. The county has agreed to pay that amount to the case brought by the family of Nicholas Lovett. Back in December 2017, deputies say they confronted Lovett as he was trying to break into a home in Boron. Neighbors originally called 911 saying Lovett was yelling in the street, apparently hallucinating and threatening people. Deputies say Lovett initially complied with commands to get on the ground, but later began resisting arrest. His family says deputies used excessive and improper use while restraining him. An investigation by the DA's office ruled the deputies were justified and no charges were filed. And a Bakersfield man has pleaded guilty to distributing fentanyl. 39-year-old Marcus Randall sold fentanyl pills to a woman who later overdosed. Randall currently in federal custody and will be sentenced later this year. He faces up to 20 years in prison and $1 million fine. This case is part of Operation Synthetic Opioid Surge, a program that aims to reduce the supply of deadly synthetic opioids in high-impact areas. And now to our 17 Crime Watch. Later this week, a march will be held in downtown Bakersfield in support of victims of crime. Kern County District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer is inviting crime victims, their family members, law enforcement, and the public to the 9th Annual Crime Victims March. It begins at 3 p.m. Thursday in front of the Kern County Superior Courthouse on Truxtun Avenue. Organizers say this year's focus is on child victims of crime. The ceremony expected to last about an hour, and earlier this morning we had DA Zimmer joining us in studio if you'd like to watch that interview on our website. Meanwhile, investigators trying to crack a high-profile cold case here in Kern County. It's been about 12 years since a hit-and-run crash killed a former Kern High School district chief of police. Still no arrests. On that night, Stephen Alvidrez and his wife were riding a Harley-Davidson. The couple hit by a car near Highway 99 just south of Delano. Alvidrez died. His wife sustained major injuries in that crash. Now, the CHP is still asking for the public's help in solving this cold case. They're bringing it back to the forefront in honor of National Crime Victims' Rights Awareness Week. Anyone with information is asked to call the CHP tip line 396-6628.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
Well, the city of Tehachapi announced today they have hired a new police chief. Chief Richard Standridge will be joining the city of Tehachapi team, bringing 24 years of law enforcement experience with him. Standridge, currently the chief of police for the city of Bishop, where he has been since July 2021. He worked as a police officer for 8 years, a sergeant for 8 years, and then lieutenant for 6 years with the Porterville Police Department before spending the last 2 years at Bishop. Standridge expected to join the Tehachapi Police Department officially by July 1st. And this evening, you can get ready for wildfire season by attending a free webinar. The Kern Fire Safe Council, in ongoing efforts to educate, motivate, and support local communities, will be joined by Chris Surgiff, a fire prevention technician with the Los Padres National Forest, to help residents of Kern County be safe, prepared, and resilient in the event of a wildfire in our local mountains. Just go to kernfiresafe.org to click the Zoom link for the webinar beginning at 5 p.m. And this evening, you are invited to join the Kern County Community Foundation and local nonprofits as we count down to Give Big Kern at the kickoff mixer. Give Big Kern set for next Tuesday, May 2nd, but donors can give their favorite nonprofits a gift as early as right now. The collaborative effort helps Kern's community-based nonprofits raise unrestricted resources while growing their visibility, capacity, and sustainability. The public will have a chance to win some amazing prizes from the foundation at tonight's kickoff mixer, which provides the space for those community engagements between the members and the participating nonprofits. Just head over to the Padre from 5 to 7 this evening. And a quick reminder that Target's popular car seat trade-in event is happening right now. You can bring in old, expired, or damaged car seats to Target and trade it out for a coupon to get 20% off a new car seat, stroller, or other baby and toddler gear. Most car seats sold in the U.S. have an expiration date, usually about 6 to 10 years after the date of manufacture. Since starting this program in 2016, Target says they've recycled 33 million pounds of car seat materials. Well, California has the largest snowpack in recent history, and when this snowpack melts, it's expected to cause more flooding and threaten our communities. Local Assemblyman Vince Fong has now sent a letter to Governor Newsom urging the reinstatement of $100 million in funding for San Joaquin River floodplain restoration that was diverted and cut. Fong also urged the governor to dedicate an additional $100 million to provide disaster relief. Fong wrote that if California does not invest in flood protection now, it will pay a much higher price in the loss of economic activity, the cost to rebuild, and in the lives of residents. Meanwhile, the McFarland area was ravaged by floodwater from Poso Creek back in March, and now a new FEMA recovery center is open for business in McFarland. The agency provides information on disaster assistance programs and services and helps victims of severe weather and flooding navigate their way through the application process. You can visit the center on South 2nd Street. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. To qualify for aid, applicants must be a U.S. citizen or a non-citizen national. Even if you don't qualify, you are still encouraged to come out to see what help you may be eligible to obtain. FEMA also has a disaster recovery center in Lake Isabella. You can find that at the Kern River Valley Senior Center on Lake Isabella Boulevard. They are also open daily, but from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. To apply for FEMA disaster assistance online, you could head to disasterassistance.gov, download the FEMA app, or call their helpline 800-621-3362. And a reminder that 2 FEMA mobile registration intake centers are also open to help you get disaster assistance. Those centers located in Kern County at the U.S. Forest Service site in Isabella and the Kern County Human Services location in Shafter. The Isabella site open daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Shafter location open until 4.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.